Hello and welcome back to Mexico News Network's Breaking News. Don't forget, keep informed 24/7 by logging onto our website www.mexiconewsnetwork.com and also follow us on social networks. You'll find great information on Mexico and the world, travel, science, and more. You'll find us on Facebook, Google+, as well as Twitter as Mexico News Network. Now let's continue with more information. Scientists from the United States National Aeronautics and Space Administration, better known as NASA, see the possibility of finding on other worlds as something tangible enough to be done within the next 10 to 20 years. In their research for other habitable planets, NASA's top researchers have stressed the importance of water for the development of life as we know it. Currently, the focus is on finding extraterrestrial life in hypothetically microbial form. The researchers claim to have the needed technology and have stated that they already know where to look for it. It really is just a matter of time. In a press release from NASA, Chief Scientist Dr. Ellen Stoffen stated that the very real possibility of finding life on other planets in our lifetime is quite close. Visual analysis have already been made of the surface of moon-orbiting planets in our solar system. Notably, Ganymede and Europa, Jupiter's moons, which are believed to conceal large liquid oceans beneath their icy crusts. A mission to Europa is planned for the year 2022 in order to clarify whether or not this moon is potentially habitable, as well as searching for signs of alien life. A closer astronomical object of study is the planet Mars, in which the most recent development is the discovery of calcium perchlorate, which is a substance commonly found in salt water. Under the right conditions, it absorbs water vapor from the atmosphere, stated Dr. Morten Bo Madsen, head of the Mars group at the University of Copenhagen, to the Daily Express. The soil is porous, so what they are seeing is what the water seeps down through the soil. The discovery is groundbreaking, as water in liquid form was in fact confirmed on the red planet. Now, prior to this, the existence of water on Mars had only been known to exist in a frozen state at its poles. It would be speculation to suggest that there could be life underground, as they simply do not know that, according to Dr. Madsen. However, this discovery does show is that there is evidence of water on Mars itself. Now, in other news, scientists may be very much capable of demonstrating the existence of parallel universes thanks to the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC. So far, this has been impossible to prove empirically. Now, let us remember that the LHC is a machine run by the European Organization for Nuclear Research, better known as CERN, which is located 175 meters below the surface under the French-Swiss border. Its main purpose is to accelerate protons until they reach 99.9% the speed of light and then make them collide. The purpose of this is to study the conditions under which the universe was able to emerge according to the Big Bang theory. The LHC has led to proof of the existence of particles which had only been predicted in theory, but never in practice. Such is the case of the Higgs boson. The importance of this particle lies in its capacity to provide other particles with mass, hence generating matter. Because of this, members of the press have taken to calling it the God particle. On July 4th, 2012, a particle was discovered which gathered the features described in the Standard Model, which described the elusive boson. Now today, scientists at a worldwide level are focusing on detecting mini black holes, which should they indeed be found by the LHC, could prove the existence, so far only theoretical, of extra dimensions as well as parallel universes. This would also lend support to the so-called string theory, which posits that the entire universe is made up of strands of energy known as strings, which generate subatomic particles when they vibrate. Now, why hasn't a mini black hole been discovered yet? This is mainly due to the fact that according to the new gravity's rainbow theory, the energy needed to generate black holes is between 9.5 transient Earth voltage in 6 dimensions and 11.9 transient Earth voltage in 10 dimensions. Currently, the LHC can only generate 5.3 TeVs though. Because of this, the Telegraph reports that CERN will be gearing up as to updating the LHC so that it may generate 2 times more energy so they can finally get this finding. If theory stands on its own, the update could achieve the needed energy for the detection of black holes. Now, in more information, only last year, the United States National Aeronautic Space Agency, better known as NASA, announced as its new project, the Mars 2020. According to the agency itself, this project seeks to determine whether the Martian atmosphere is capable of sustaining life. Among the many people working to develop the technology for this mission, one of them is Mexican-born engineer Luis Enrique Velasco. Dr. Velasco's job is to visualize the design of the robots in 3D images before they are built, and now he is actually collaborating with the Mars 2020 automatic rover project. Dr. Velasco told Spanish news agency EFE that the mission is almost a replica of the one they sent earlier, which is Curiosity, and they call it MSL, as it is a scientific laboratory roving on tires. The group of experts that are working at the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory use 3D images created by Dr. Velasco to simulate and analyze different scenarios. The resulting information is then used by the design team to make the specific changes. Velasco shared that compared to Curiosity, Mars 2020 will prepare the ground for human exploration on the red planet. He is currently working on a system that the rover is going to use to collect particles for soil analysis. The Mexican found his passion at a very young age when he learned about the advances in astronomy and mathematics made by the Maya civilization. With the help of some American friends, the young Velasco managed to enroll himself into the Brigham Young University in Utah, where he studied mechanical engineering. Now, according to him, the key to his success is that he holds on tight to his dream to be an expert in innovative technologies. Today at NASA, he found that he was not the only Mexican working for the agency. Velasco said that there are also many of his countrymen collaborating in different areas in the research field, as mechanical design, engineering, the financial team, and much more. Luis Enrique Velasco also said that he dreams of coming back to Mexico one day, especially to his home state of Chiapas, to share his experience and help the youth get into the science fields. Now, for more information, Rafael Navarro Gonzalez of the Natural Science Institute, the ICN, at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, was part of the team of scientists that make up the Mars Science Laboratory, who have made a surprising discovery. The Curiosity robot, currently being used by the United States National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, to explore the surface of Mars and take samples, has discovered a fluctuating source of methane. But you may wonder, what does this mean in fact? On Earth, tiny microorganisms called methanogens produce approximately 90% of the methane emissions in our atmosphere. Some of these organisms are anaerobic, which means they do not need oxygen to live and therefore can be found in closed caverns or buried deep in the ground. The presence of methane on the fourth planet's atmosphere is itself no guarantee of life. Volcanic activity, though, for example, is one possible source. According to Dr. Navarro, these emissions could also be caused by chemical reactions beneath the subsoil that leave hydrocarbon trapped in cracks. It is then possible that following some form of tectonic movement, gas would be liberated to the atmosphere. The second option would also constitute a significant find, as there is no precedent of tectonic or volcanic activity on Mars up to today. Now, the next step, at the very least, this discovery means is that there is still much to learn from activity on the red planet, which is why NASA has already programmed its next mission to Mars for the year 2016. The InSight, the space probe, will be sent carrying a built-in seismograph. Now, with the purpose of studying the climate and geology of Mars, in 2008, NASA sent out Phoenix, the space probe that, among other discoveries, found ice on the planet's surface. The current Curiosity Explorer carries a built-in lab known as the Sample Analysis at Mars, better known as SAM, the design of which Navarro Gonzalez was involved in. The UNAM scientist anticipated that NASA is already looking for the new routes to be covered, either by Curiosity or by its successor, which should be sent into Mars in the year 2020. Navarro stated that for the moment, it's not possible to determine the source of the methane's emissions. However, he highlighted that the importance of this discovery is in fact in revealing previously unknown activity on the red planet. The relevance of upcoming missions would be to only clarify if the discovery is related to a chemical, geological, or even biological process. Now stay with us, as we'll be right back with more information on science, technology, and the world right after these few messages.
Audio Jungle.